Good evening. I'm former United States Senator and recidivist presidential candidate Mike Gravel. Out of common decency and a court order, I'm obliged to warn you that the 3D Reason.tv videos you're about to view are not only terrifying, but real. Members of the audience who are susceptible to seizures, high blood pressure, and politically induced rage should exit their browsers now. Children, pregnant women, and fiscally responsible adults should consult an accountant before watching these videos. If you feel your head is about to explode at any time, you may obtain immediate relief by screaming. Don't be embarrassed to open your mouth and let it rip with all you've got. Remember, a scream at the right moment just might save your life and your country's future.
Gillespie of Reason TV, and I want to tell you a tale more terrifying than Rahm Emanuel in a locker room shower. Gaze deeply, if you dare. Since World War II, federal revenue has averaged right around 18% of gross domestic product, despite all attempts to jack it up through the roof or cut it down to size. Yet federal spending has grown more sharply than Al Gore during a full body massage, rising from 16% of GDP in 1950 to almost 26% this year. And spending is projected to be well over 20% of GDP for the foreseeable future. The tragic result? The federal government's balance sheet is in a hole deeper than John Boehner's tan. Gillespie of Reason TV, and I've got a story spookier than Harry Reid guest starring in the Vagina Monologues. Look upon this balance sheet from hell. In 2009, the federal deficit was a record-setting $1.4 trillion, or over 12% of GDP, the highest level since World War II. 2010 and 2011 will match or beat that, meaning that in just 3 short years, the federal government will have bled more red ink than Tiger Woods during his divorce settlement. The federal debt, which is made up of all annual deficits plus interest on borrowed money, is around 45% of GDP and is projected to be 90% by 2020, which means that the government will be sucking up more and more of your money tomorrow just to pay for bailing out Citigroup and GM today. It's just like a Chevy Cobalt, a living death on the installment plan. I'm Nick Gillespie of Reason TV, and I want to tell you a tale more frightening than Michelle Obama at a fat farm. Chew on this, if you can. In more than 8 of 10 occupations, federal workers make more in straight salary than their private sector counterparts, and they average about 4 times as much in other benefits such as health care and pensions. A federal janitor makes $6,000 more than his private sector counterpart, and a federal nurse makes $11,000 more than her counterpart. At the state and local level, public sector workers do pretty well too. In Michigan, for instance, public sector workers make about 47% more in total compensation than private sector working stiffs. While taxpayer budgets are stretched tighter than Nancy Pelosi's eyebrows, public payrolls are looser than Joe Biden's lips.